YouTube, how you doing? Murph here, bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on the Ghost A1, specifically the PewDiePie edition. And this version from Ghost Keyboards was done in collaboration with PewDiePie. And if you're unfamiliar with Ghost Keyboards, the A1 line that you see here is their flagship model. And starting off by talking about the design and build quality, their A1 line is made of machined aluminum, so it's very strong and durable. It's also quite heavy, so it's not going to slide around on the desktop on you too much. They do use double shot PBT keycaps, so they're going to be very durable and last you quite a while. And you can see here for this edition, they use the red and black swirl design on the outside caps, along with the fist logo here on the escape key. And the WASD keys have kind of a textured print to them, just to kind of set them apart from your other keys, just to kind of help you find those movement keys while you're gaming. Also, being a 60% keyboard, you can see on the front keycaps there are some additional function buttons aligned to some of these keys. That's pretty typical with compact keyboards. That way, since you're losing the function row and that numpad, you do retain a lot of that functionality in these keys. One other thing to note about the design and build of this keyboard is the fact that it does not have height adjustable feet. It does have those rubber grips in the back, and those, along with the sheer weight of the keyboard itself, keep it from moving on you, but you're not going to be able to adjust the height or the typing angle on this keyboard. You can see on the front of the keyboard here the ghost symbol and PewDiePie's signature there. And you can buy this keyboard by itself as a standalone product, but it also comes in a limited edition bundle like I have purchased, and it comes with a limited edition case, as well as it gets bundled with the PewDiePie M1 mouse, which the Ghost M1 is their lightweight mouse option. This keyboard is wireless, and the switch for that is on the back, and it comes with a wireless dongle that you can stick into your PC. It does come with a USB-C cable. Now, Ghost Keyboards does not have a software option for their keyboards. They do for their mouse, specifically their M1 mouse, but for whatever reason they don't have a software option, at least not yet, for their keyboards. Fortunately, it's not too difficult to change the color options and stuff like that. It also comes with a manual. If you have to change the macros or anything like that, that can be a little confusing, but it is in the manual if you have to switch that up for any reason. But as far as their RGB functions, you change those by holding FN and hitting tab to cycle through those, and I'll cycle through all of them in a moment, or function control to shift through their solid colors. As you can see, the RGB LEDs on this keyboard are pretty good. This is at full brightness. To change brightness levels, you can hold FN and hit U or I. There are 4 brightness levels off, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's as bright as it gets there. This keyboard comes in 4 switch types: Cherry MX Brown, Cherry MX Blue, Cherry MX Red, and Gatoron Red Silence. This version here has the Cherry MX Red switches. I'll go ahead and do a quick sound test. I haven't done a lot of aluminum board reviews on this channel. If you're unfamiliar with aluminum boards, they do have a different sound signature typically than other plastic boards or polycarbonates or anything like that. So this will be a little bit louder than your normal Cherry MX Red switch experience, simply because of that aluminum chassis. One thing I've noticed about this keyboard is the stabilizers, which do supposedly come pre-lubed from the factory, sound and feel pretty decent. Especially these smaller stabilizers over here, the backspace, enter, right shift. They feel really good, and they've got a decent sound signature to them. Even the space bar doesn't give you too much of a clack or anything like that. I think this keyboard could definitely benefit from some acoustic foam padding or something like that. But overall, I think pretty much what you can typically expect from a Cherry MX Red switch in an aluminum body without any kind of foam padding or anything like that. The stabilizers do feel and sound pretty decent though. So keep in mind, as I'm doing this review, this is a $230 keyboard, which even for a wireless 60% keyboard is quite expensive. The Pro 2, which has similar switch options, a compact size, of course that is a plastic body, but it does have wireless capabilities and very good RGB as well, retails for only about $100. And then you have a board like the Ducky 1-2 Mecha Mini, which also has an aluminum body and has more switch options, similar form factor, height adjustable feet, and that retails for about $100 less than this keyboard here. And then of course the Razer Huntsman Mini, another very popular 60% keyboard, again plastic body, and it does have Razer's own in-house switches. And if you've seen my review on that, I think even that board is a touch overpriced for what you get, again, when you do have options like the Ducky 1-2 Mini Mecha, the Ducky 1-2 Mini, even the plastic version, the Pro 2, and the price of this board blows those other ones out of the water. So that's one thing to keep in mind as I'm doing this review. I'll circle back around to the price in the conclusion portion of this review, but let's move on to the RGB functions on this keyboard. Like I said before, the RGB does look pretty nice on this keyboard, and this is on max brightness here. And to go through the RGB functions, you're gonna hold Fn and hit tab. There's kind of their wave function. Some of their reactive modes you have here. Looks almost like a radar mode there. They have 19 different modes to choose from. And then if you get to one of their modes, such as this one, you can select a different color by holding Fn and hitting Control. And that will cycle through the different color options. So overall, a really nice board here. Really solid build quality. I love the aluminum chassis. And if you do go with the PewDiePie version, it's a good looking and performing board. Just a couple things to keep in mind. Again, it doesn't come with a software option. It's a little loud for a Cherry MX Red switch. Even with an aluminum board, you would have liked to see some kind of foam padding in there, maybe some better pre-lubed switches, something along those lines to help enhance the acoustics of this keyboard. But overall, not a bad typing experience. The RGB functions that are on this keyboard do look pretty good. I do like this keyboard, but I really don't think at $230 that I could realistically recommend this to anyone, unless you're just a big fan of PewDiePie or you have some kind of red and black setup already that this would fit really well into, because to match that with something else, you would probably have to buy the board and a set of custom keycaps or something like that. So if you have some type of setup that would look really good with this board, I could see you paying $230 for it. If you're just a big fan of PewDiePie and you want his themed keyboard, that would be another reason I could see you buying this, and I would recommend it in that scenario. But when you have other competitors, like I mentioned before, like the Ducky 1-2 Mini, the Pro 2, the Razer Huntsman Mini, and certainly a more direct comparison would be the Ducky 1-2 Mini Mecha, and all of those boards offer a big variety of switch options, colors. Some of those boards I mentioned have software options to control macros and LED functions. All of those have really good build quality. And not to mention, all of those boards I just mentioned are at least $100 cheaper than this. Now, if you do want a Ghost A1 keyboard, they do offer this in white and black. That's not the PewDiePie version that you see here, and that one is about $30 cheaper. I think it retails for $230, but it's typically on sale for about $200 through their website. So if you're looking for this keyboard and want to save a little bit of money, that is an option for you. But again, even at $200, all those other options I mentioned are significantly cheaper. And I would probably recommend any of those boards I just mentioned over the Ghost A1 that you see here. Again, the board itself is really well built, very solid, good typing experience, but unless you just really like the aesthetics of this keyboard, I would probably do your research and maybe go a different direction, just because they are so much more expensive than the competition. And that pretty much wraps up this review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it useful. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you guys liked this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe if you'd like to see other content like this. Also, all of my socials will be linked in the description down below. But if you do anything, make sure you go join the Discord server. It's kind of a one-stop shop for my channel. You'll be notified when I post new videos on YouTube, when I go live on Twitch. You'll be the first to know of any giveaways that are going on. And you can also ask questions about any kind of stream setup questions, product reviews, or you can just hang out and chat. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you join that Discord server. I'll provide a link to that as well. If you guys have any questions about this product or the video in general, make sure you drop them in the comment section. I'm pretty good at responding to those, and YouTube will catch you later.